Imagine if the combined technological power of China and the US, two nations responsible for over 60% of global R&D expenditure, were focused not on outcompeting each other, but on solving humanity's greatest challenges. What breakthrough could be achieved? The question isn't hypothetical, it's urgent. In an era of climate crisis, pandemics, and digital divides, technological rivalry risks squandering our shared future. Good morning, my name is GUO HAORAN. I am someone who has paid attention to international tech policy for years, including collaborations like the US-China Clean Energy Research Center. I stand before you convinced our survival depends on rethinking competition. This isn't about politics. It's about the air we breathe, the jobs we hold, and the world our children inherit. Today, I will show why technological cooperation is the only path forward. Although historical tensions exist, China and the US must urgently shift from confrontation to collaboration in technological development, because only through joint innovation can we address global crises, drive equitable growth, and unlock humans' full potential. Three pilots make this imperative. Yes, competition has fueled progress. The space race, birth satellites, Silicon Valley's dynamism pushed digital frontiers. Rivalry, some argue, sharpened innovation. But in the world on fire, literally and figuratively, zero-sum games now threaten us all. I'm not missing healthy competition. I'm insisting that existing risks demand unity. Firstly, collaboration unlocks exponential innovation that either nation can achieve alone. Combined strengths fill critical gaps. China leads in manufacturing scale and 5G deployment. The US excels in core algorithm and venture ecosystem. Joint AI research alone could accelerate cancer diagnostics by years. A 2023 study in research policy confirms cross-border teams produce 34% more high-impact patents than siloed efforts. Resource duplication, wasted time we don't have. Consider quantum computing, both nations invest billions separately. Yet a 2022 Brookings report estimates that shared roadmap could have development time critical when quantum breaking encryption threaten global security. Proof exists in practice. Look at the US-China joint venture on electricity vehicles. Tesla's battery tech merged with China's supply chains, slashed the cost by 47%, accelerating the global EV transition. This isn't theory, it's a blueprint. Secondly, cooperation is the only realistic response to planetary emergencies. Climate tech cannot wait. China deploys solar, the US pioneer fusion. Together, they could decarbonize faster. MIT models shows aligned green tech investment would cut 2030 emissions by 20% over solar effort, a difference of 2 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Pandemics expose fragile system. When COVID hit, shared mRNA research between US firm Moderna and China labs shortened vaccine timelines yet. But bureaucratic burners stalled data flows. Next time, we may not be so lucky. The 2021 US-China Gas Flow Declaration on Climate Cooperation was a start, but it lacks binding tech sharing frameworks. We need a permanent bridge, not a temporary handshake. Thirdly, shared technology build equitable properties. The antidote to global instability. Economies symbiosis creates resilience. Tariffs during the US-China trade war cost 245,000 American jobs. Conversely, Apple's collaboration with Chinese suppliers create 5 million jobs globally. Cooperation isn't altruism, it's a smart economic. Closing the digital divide requires joint action. 3 billion people remain offline. US satellite tech and China's low-cost hardware could democrate access, but only if export control is. Innovation deserves feed in equally. Africa's renewable energy potential is stymied by fragmented tech access. A US and China clean tech alliance could fund solar microgrid across the Sahel, turning migration pressure into opportunity. This isn't about government alone. You hold power. As a citizen, you can demand politicians establish permanent US and China tech task forces on climate, health, and AI ethics. As a professionals, you can support cross-border R&D partnership in your field. And as a consumers, you can choose companies championing open innovation, like Microsoft's AI lab in Beijing. The next industrial revolution must be collaborative, or it will fail. Collaboration supercharges innovation, fights existential threats, and spreads prosperity. Rivalry in constructs risk a fractured future. Let me leave you with this. When the house burning, you don't argue over who owns the house. You put out the fire together. The technology to save our world exists, but only if we build these side by side. That's all. Thank you.